Well, it's time to depart the Hotel Imperial in Abancay. As you can see, this is a cozy space, several steps above what I normally sleep in, a habitation. In the hostels, the hospedajes, they vary quite a lot. Even the hotels, of course. This one was clean and cozy, and dual taps in the shower, lots of hot water, and other reasons that really I flourished here, and I'm hesitant to leave. By the way, it was 70 soles. I think that's the most I've paid in Peru to stay in a room. But if you do the arithmetic, if you're from the United States, it's still only about $18. This space will also be a fond memory because of what happened last night in the final leg that brought me here to Abancay. Unfortunately, not only was I climbing in the dark, which would have been okay, I had my lights on the bike and I was fairly comfortable. The sun had, by then of course, descended and it was cool. The traffic was significant, but I could also ignore that, especially with a plug in my left ear. As you can maybe see now, I've already got it there in preparation for my departure. But in addition to the dark and the traffic, I unfortunately encountered the worst dog situation of the entire journey through Peru so far. Packs of 3 to 5 dogs, repeatedly, maybe a total of 40 dogs that attacked me on that ascent. I was very tired. At the end of the day, I'd climbed almost 10,000 feet and ridden 93 miles. It was an unwelcome, to say the very least, addition to my evening in this case. So when I arrived at this hotel, the first place I stopped, immediately it was an opportunity to come down, and I have continued that process all the way to this morning. So today, I go back on that climb. I'm only about halfway to the conclusion of that long ascent. Unfortunately, I've been made aware by my friends Mark and Nicolette that as I exit the town and begin the switchbacks, the dogs may be even worse. However, a silver lining, they're also telling me that once I survive this gauntlet, the conclusion of the dogs in Peru is pretty much there in front of me. Wow. I've now been climbing for over 4 hours. The first 3 hours, I climbed 15 miles. Roughly 3,000 feet. The last hour I climbed 4 miles, so not quite 1,000 feet. And now I'm chipping away at the last mile. But it gets worse, really. So just below me here, that's Abancay. where I left this morning, all I've done is, and here's the real kicker, I've climbed north to a spectacular view of the village that I slept in last night. I've come over the pass just a moment ago, 13,100 feet, 4.5 hours to climb it, including stops for video and to take a leak. A grueling climb, labor all the way up. Now we're going to descend for many, many miles, possibly down to as low as 8,000 feet. And then I will ascend again. 2.5 hours, roughly 10 miles. So that's about 2,500 feet of vertical ascent. I hope I feel good when I get to the bottom. The dogs were reasonable this morning, many of them, but nothing that concerned me too much. Let's hope that nightmare is for the most part behind me. Cutting this one very close. It's just now getting dark. Normally I'd have my lights on the bike by now, but I was putting some power into the pedals, hoping it would conclude this way here in Limatambo.